Friends, this here is a California Air Tools 60040 CAD 60-gallon dual pump air compressor. This thing runs super quiet. It's only 75 decibels, and that's quieter than a lawnmower. I got a really great deal on this because it had been vandalized. They'd cut all the cords off it, and the pressure switch has been removed, but the pumps still turn, so I figured they'd probably work. Now, I have already wired them up and tested them. They do in fact work. But now we've got this issue with the wiring. This wire here is for the automatic drain. Luckily, I was able to find out how it works. You just wire it to the pressure switch also. It's just got a little timer down there, and for every 2 minutes that it runs, it opens that valve down there for 2 seconds to expel any water that's accumulated. Now this other wire here, this is for the unloader valves. Now what an unloader does is it takes the pressure off the piston head when it stops. That way when it starts up again, there's not a bunch of pressure in the piston. It also preserves the head gaskets and ring seals by relieving that pressure. Now I got on the California Air Tool website and I got the manual for this thing. And I found this image titled Electrical Circuit in the manual. It's not a schematic and it's not a block diagram. It's more a combination of both, and they're both quite poorly done. We begin with the schematic symbol of an AC power source. This is correct. Then onto this box labeled pressure switch. Now there are several different schematic symbols for a pressure switch, and none of them are this. I like that one leg is permanently connected. For a company whose whining excuse for lack of tech support is liability, you'd think they would have caught this. This switch would be normally closed also, not normally open as shown. Next is the solenoid valve. This is the unloader valve that relieves pressure from the pumps when they shut off. But the symbol they use for it is an inductor, not a solenoid valve at all. They used the correct symbol for a motor, but this overload protector is inside the motor, not outside, and in the real world it would be normally closed, not normally open as shown. Finally, they used the symbol for a logic buffer with a capacitor inside it to depict the start capacitor. I called California Air Tool and I asked them, hey, do you have a wiring diagram for this? And they said no, they would not give me that. Yeah, they had no idea what my qualifications are, but they told me I need to take this to an air compressor repair shop. Anyway, after quite a bit of research, I found out that these unloader valves also need to be tied to the pressure switch output. Okay, these are check valves. What they do is keep air that goes into the tank from coming back out into the pump. This is a solenoid valve. It's the unloader valve. This is a normally open valve, and when it's energized, it closes so the air coming out of the pump goes into the tank. And then, when you de-energize it, it opens so the air coming out of the pump goes out vented to the atmosphere. And that's what this unloader valve does. And that last bit of information is something that the fellows over at California Air Tool flatly refused to give me. They just came straight out and said that we don't give that kind of information out. And I asked them if I could buy a service manual. They said they don't have one. So I think what they're trying to tell me is that they're a bunch of morons. So if you're going to use a block diagram, you should use one. If you're going to use a schematic, you should use that. This is what I came up with. A block diagram. It shows the AC input, the power switch, which they omitted altogether. It's a normally open switch. From there, it goes to the pressure switch, which is a normally closed switch. From there, it energizes the normally open solenoid valve. When the valve is open, it passes air from the pump to the atmosphere. When the valve is closed, it passes air from the pump to the tank check valve. It also energizes the tank drain timer valve. This valve, when energized, opens for 2 seconds every 2 minutes to vent moisture out of the tank to the atmosphere. Finally, it also powers the thermally protected pump motor. Anyway, here it is working. I'm pretty sure you can probably hear me over this. Now, I don't know how many hours that compressor had on it when I got it, but I know it looks pretty clean. Aside from the vandalism it suffered, I think it's going to be okay. It's really quiet, and I like that about it. It only has 4 horsepower, but the specifications, if they can be believed, it outperformed my 6 horsepower Ingersoll Rand that I replaced. And the Ingersoll Rand was easily twice as loud. Anyway, if you have one of these and you're having problems with it, I'm happy to answer any questions in the doobly-doo below, so please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click up here to see my last video. Click over here to see something of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like. And have a good one.